Dear students, welcome and thank you for tuning in to this video. I am Dr. Alzube. This is the third video actually of Identifying Customer Needs lecture, which is part of the concept development phase in the product design development course. To recap, we have been talking about the concept development phase and we are in identifying customer needs. That's what we are focusing on. We talked in the previous two videos about defining the scope and also about gathering, in the second video about gathering raw data. We're going to talk about how can we translate the information that we gathered from customers into something called need statements. That's very important. So if you are a part of design development team, you need to collect information from the customers, and then when you come back to your lab or to your team or to your group, you need to start looking through these statements that you collected via audio, video, or by writing, and you need to try to translate them into something called need statements, which is a step a little bit technical, more technical. We're going to talk about how we can translate and what's the best ways to do that translation. Remember, you need to provide in your report and in your presentations need statements before we can move on to the organization of the needs and establishing importance and reflecting on the process. I will start by using an example. So the example that we're going to use is a screwdriver example. And again, this is a mission statement written in the form similar to what we discussed before. Keep in mind that for the concept development, we care about the key business goals and assumptions. So for this screwdriver, the goal was the production to be introduced in the fourth quarter 2013. It's an old one. They were targeting 50% gross margin. And we're going to talk about this later on in the semester about what is a gross margin and all these business terms and that are important for designing and developing products. And then the company wants to have 10% share of the cordless screwdrivers market by 2016. Their assumption is actually to have a handheld, power-assisted, and also lithium-ion rechargeable battery technology. You could look at this and you want to produce another screwdriver. So what would you do? The first thing is that you need to speak with customers and to get information about what is their experience with these screwdrivers. And always, any product, it can be improved upon. There are room for improvement because there's a lot of limitations in the product, in any produced product. I want to show you some customer statements, and I would like to share with you what are, how can you write a need statement from these customer statements. So keep in mind, we are having interviews, then we got customer statements. We as a team, we need to sit down and create need statements. I will share with you examples of need statements related to the cordless screwdriver and what is the right and wrong way actually of stating your need statements. Remember, customer sales statements comes from the customers. Need statements, it's the team, and specifically the fellow who's doing marketing in your team is the one who's going to translate it. It's a group project, a group effort, so I hope that everybody participate. So I have 5 guidelines to follow when you translate customer statement into need statements. So the first one, let's say a customer is saying to you, why don't you put protective shields around the battery contacts, right? So that's a statement by one of the customers. So you can say, oh, the screwdriver battery contacts are covered by a plastic sliding door. So I will give you a minute to think about why is this wrong. If you recall from the previous lecture, we said always that we would like to focus on what, not how, correct? Now, in this example, the need statement that a group of students have written is actually providing a solution, which is a plastic sliding door. So you need to focus on what, not how, and that's a mistake. The right way to write the need statement is by saying the screwdriver battery is protected from accidental shortening. The second example, so let's say one of the customers say, I drop my screwdriver all the time. How can we translate this into a need statement? It's just like an art, right? And it needs practice. But the more you do it, the better you get in doing it. So if you can say, one of the students come and say, okay, the screwdriver is rugged, right? So this is not specific. So the screwdriver can be damaged, in multiple ways. So how is that thing related to what the customer mentioned? So we can look at the customer statement, say that he's mentioning dropping the screwdriver. So you need to focus on that aspect. not on just generalizing things. So we can say this, we can write the need statement by the screwdriver operates normally after repeated dropping. And you need to understand something, that meeting with customers creates customer statements. You need to create need statements. The importance of these need statements are that they're going to make it easy for us to develop the product. So you need to always think about what is the statement that I can write that later on in the process I can translate it to something tangible and measurable, and with the quantification, with numbers. So that's very important. Positive, not negative. That's another important aspect in writing need statements. If the customer says it does not matter if it is raining, I still need to work outside on Saturdays, you could come up with something: the screwdriver is not disabled by rain. So disabled is a negative statement. So if you can say the screwdriver operates normally in the rain, is way much better need statement. And remember, when you work in a company, people are proud of their products and they don't want to have any of these negative comments. Attributes of the product: you need always to highlight your product and with your solution. For example, if one of the customers says, I'd like to charge my battery from my cigarette lighter, a statement could be an automobile cigarette lighter adapter can charge the screwdriver battery. Now you are placing the automobile cigarette lighter ahead of your product, and that is something we would want to avoid. So the need statement could be way much better if you say the screwdriver battery can be charged from an automobile cigarette lighter. So always put your product and the thing that you're proud of at the beginning. The last comment is avoid a must and should in your need statements. So I hate, one of the customer mentioned, I hate it when I don't know how much juice is left in the batteries of my cordless tools. So you could say the screwdriver should provide an indication of the energy level of the battery. That's a wrong statement. A better statement means that the screwdriver provides an indicator of the energy level of the battery. And then you leave it to the design team how they will decide that to happen. So I hope these 5 guidelines help you in translating customer needs into need statements. After you finish your interviews, you need to document them, in the meeting all the customer statements, and then you need to sit down with your team and translate it to need statements. In report 1 and in your presentation, you need actually to show at least one interview, and you need to show the customer statements, and you need to show also the need statements. And it's very important in identifying the need component of your project. Writing good customer needs statements will lead to better design. So we always be careful about the customer needs and how you move to need statements for your team. At this stage, we have completed the first 3 steps. The 4th step is how to organize the need statements that you have written from the customer needs, and we'd like to prioritize them and rate them, and then move to establishing importance. Thank you for watching, and until the next video. Bye.